Welcome back to Crossroads. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. The holiday season is fastly approaching, and I don't know if you guys know, but I am not the greatest chef in the world. Can't cook. I'm burning boiled water. My husband's not too happy about it. So I've enlisted the help of the sexiest man ever to grace a kitchen. My boy, G Garvin, the world-renowned chef, is here with us today on Crossroads. Good morning, G.
Good morning, Sheletta. How are you today?
Brother, I'm doing better because you're here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to cook when we're done, but I'm definitely going to feel better looking at your face this morning.
Well, I certainly appreciate it. I thank you, but we're going to try to get you how to make that good meal, though.
Okay, now, what you got for me, G? You got all this food all spread out. You know, I really am not familiar with the kitchen, but I'm watching you do your thing every day, you know, just because you're looking like LL. And, you know, I'm trying to do this cooking thing, man. The holiday season is here, and my husband's got to eat.
Well, I got to tell you, why don't we start with, let me save you some money, okay?
Okay.
Stay within your budget. Realize how many people you got coming over, you can take that extra money and do something else with the family. And then secondly, Sheletta, what I want you to think about is being organized. I get a lot of people to ask me about, well, gee, I ran out of time, I didn't really get this done, so what should I do? Create a shopping list. When you get to the store, you know exactly what you got to do, so you're not spending a lot of time chasing items. You can just get them together, and then you can get back home and start doing what you do.
Because I'm walking up and down the aisles, G, I'm lost. So what you got in front of you, brother? Because it's all looking good this morning and I'm hungry. Well,
I got to tell you, first, being lost, get this right here, your circular and your Sunday paper. It'll give you so many ideas, so many things that you didn't think about. Okay. But what I got is a wonderful spread. You know, we got the turkey, which is the start of the show.
Right.
And I got the mac and cheese, I like to call the background singer. And then I got the stuffing. You can kick it up a little bit, little dried cranberries, some caramelized walnuts. You can do some apples. You can do some vegetables. I got this great salad, you know, this crunchy turkey salad. You know, I got a little scallions, some dried cranberries, a little mayo, some celery. This is what I got going on today.
Man, G, you know, I just got to ask you, brother, because you look like a football player. You know what I'm saying? You know, we ain't used to seeing big brothers in the kitchen doing that thing. How did you develop a love for cooking like that?
Well, you know what's funny, and that's a great question. I grew up in a family of women. I have 4 sisters. My mom cooked, my grandmom cooked, and it was just sort of a part of what we did. You know, we came home, we did homework, we cleaned the house, and we started cooking. And what's funny and so ironic about me doing this thing with both Kraft and Walmart is I grew up on this stuff. You know, I grew up on this stuff, and that was my love for food. I started doing it when I was young because I wanted to make a little money, and then I fell in love with it. This is my true romance.
Now, you've got the show on TV1. You've got the cookbooks. I saw you on your world tour with Macy's. What else has G Garvin got going on? Because you're doing all kind of stuff.
Well, you know, I'm just working to stay on top of my game. You know, I love what I do. I'm really, really blessed right now. I'm working on the 3rd book, literally as we speak. My relationship with the food world is really, really growing. And I just want to stay, you know, being positive and being a role model, you know, for some of the young guys who don't play football or can't play basketball. Let them know that the culinary world is really, really something that they could take a look at.
Now, how often do you get black people who look at you and say, there's a big black man in the kitchen? I don't know about all that.
Probably every day, but I got to tell you, you know what we do? We keep it tasting good. The proof is in the pudding, literally.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. Now, the show with TV1, how did you finagle that? Because it's like all of a sudden G Garvin's in prime time, you know, teaching sisters all over the country how to put a good meal together for their man.
Well, you know what's interesting? It really wasn't all of a sudden. It's like I've been an executive chef of 5, 6 really good restaurants. I've owned my own restaurant. It really was the next stage for my career. And when TV1 started, you know, we talked about some things. I'd had this idea. There were a new network, and it was a good fit. So we talked about it, and in 3 weeks I was on TV going, hey, welcome to Turn Up the Heat with your boy G Gar.
Now, G, you know, there are a lot of people out there like me who just really don't even like going in the kitchen. I mean, you know, the 2 meals that I can't cook are hot dogs and spaghetti, and both of them come out of a can. How do you get over that reservation about not wanting to cook or not being able to cook and thinking that you can never learn?
Well, you know, here's what's interesting. cooking isn't really difficult. I think people get overwhelmed with the idea of cooking. There's so many things you can do. I mean, like take this mac and cheese, for example. You could take that and kick it up. You could add some other things to it. It's just about going in, and here's what I always say. There's always a hungry neighbor. So test it on them, and they'll tell you what they didn't like, and you just, over time, like everything else, it'll come to you. And you know what? You don't have to love it to do it. The food, it's more about the experience, the gathering of family and friends, you know, talking about what's going on in each other's lives. That's really what it's all about. It's really not about the recipe. It's about the recipe of family.
Now, do you got a cookbook? Do you have some of your recipes that are out there that people can find, that they can go and say, okay, because I know you love scallions. That's your thing. Every time I watch you got scallions and everything except for eggs.
Shallots.
Is there somewhere that I could get some scallion G Garvin recipes?
Well, you know, Turn Up the Heat is certainly out. That's my book. And also, you know, we're doing this great website, SaveMoneyEatBetter.com, and also CraftFoods.com. Is a whole lot of stuff that you can do, especially you, since you act like you don't know how to cook. I don't believe you, though.
You better believe
you
it,
make a little something.
I'm telling you. Let me tell you, G. Last time I cooked, I tried to do some pork chops. When my husband came in the house, he was like, baby, they smelling good. I'm like, thanks, honey. He got ready to eat. We wound up calling them salt chops because they had so much salt on them, G.
Ah, but you know what? The good thing is, it's your husband and he loved you, so he had to eat it anyway.
Yeah, he scraped it real good and had a lot of water, but yeah, he went ahead and ate it anyway.
Oh yeah, no, he don't want to end up on the couch. You know what I mean? We know what we got to do. Oh, baby, this tastes good. So now, good job on the effort, though.
Yeah, now, G, there's some folks in our family who, you know, may have some health problems coming up this holiday season. Should we try to go healthy, or should we eat like we used to eat back when Big Mama was still alive?
Well, you know what? That's a great question. I think it's moderation. You know, it's the one day out of the year that you should indulge in eating, but also keep in mind that health is important. And you know what? If you want to eat a lot, you know, try to cut down on the sodium. You don't need a lot of sauces. And think about the white meats over the dark meats. If you're making salads and things like that, you know, go with the light Miracle Whip versus the regular. There's so many things that you can do without sacrificing your taste or your health. So I say eat well, but eat in moderation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. It's hard to do when you got the giblet gravy sitting there in front of you, though.
That's true, but you know what? Hey, that's all good, but see, here's how it works. One giblet gravy, two giblet gravy. What you do is now one giblet gravy, one piece of pie. No seconds.
I got you. I got you. Well, G Garvin, we want to thank you for being with us this morning on Crossroads, brother. Much success to you in everything that you're doing.
Thank you so very much, and thanks for allowing me to come into your world. I really appreciate it, so thank you.
All right.